That night I have a strange dream. In my dream, I'm wearing my uniform from the academy. I perform a polite bow to a huge audience and packed into a hall. Then I put my fingers into a key piano, turn my eyes to complex sheet music I've never seen before, and begin to play. I'm not nervous to be performing in front of so many people, but I'm not excited either. My finger simply dances between the black and white keys, fluttering like butterflies. As I'm approaching the end of my first page of sheet music, pale fingers cut in front of me to turn a page. Beside me stands a tall, dark-haired woman. In my dream, I find myself more preoccupied with a girl than the audience of difficult music. But there's also something familiar about the way she turned the page so precisely. I recall how my stepmother would rap my knuckles with a cane whenever I made a mistake, faint feeling slowly resurging. The silent audience, my fingers moving a will of their own, the tall girl assisting me with the endless piece. An evasive feeling, not fear, but something else grows within me. I feel like if I look, it'll all be over, like I catch a sight of something horrific. The music continues regardless of my will, the piece becoming more and more difficult as it progresses. I feel as though I'm on the verge of losing control and I can feel the girl is annoyed at me. My fingers are growing numb, unable to match the level of skill required of me, and I failed. I murmured to myself, having played a note that wasn't on the page. No, it wasn't me. I didn't speak. I'm frozen in place, my mouth is as dry as a desert. Fearfully, I turn my gaze towards the girl standing beside me. Slowly, the tall, raven-haired woman turns her own hideous smile on me. She is me. A scream wrenches itself from my throat as I cast my gaze around frantically. Seeing a familiar ceiling and familiar walls, I finally realise I'm in my dorm room and relief washes over me. My heart is still hammering loud in my chest and I want to lie back, try to relax, but I'm too scared to close my eyes again. I don't want to see the rest of a dream. Taking several deep breaths, I look at a watch I keep beside me in my bed. See, it's only 2:20 a.m. Now I'm feeling calmer and as my whole body's drenched in sweat. I want to change into something fresh, but I don't want to wake my Amitié partner, asleep in my bunk beneath mine, so I stay where I am. The thought of waking Rika with my descent down the ladder and having to see her fills me with dread. What if she sees that hideous look on my face? I'm disgusted to think my face could twist itself into such an awful leer. Perhaps I'm slowly turning into a person I never wanted to. A thought occurs to me in the early hour, silent as that grave. Perhaps I'm turning into her. My stepmother. Staring into my stepmother's resentful eyes, she peers over her bed at me, her bony fingers curled over the edge. I hug my knees to my chest and wait for day to break. When I look into Takasaki's eyes, I feel like I'm looking into my stepmother's. Ichigo stands between us to talk to me, blocking a glare, but I still feel as depressed as ever. Even as Ichigo chatters happily, Ringo joining in the conversation for seat in front, I can still feel Takasaki's gaze boring into me accusingly from behind them. No, that's not all. It's not just the way their eyes remind me of my stepmother's. I've been telling lie after lie, treating it as nothing. I'm fast reaching my limit. All of my lies are like a black river of sludge. It keeps rising and rising, and now it's about to burst its banks. There's nothing else for it. I have to channel it somewhere, but where? Okay, everyone, let's start homeroom. During my introspection, Sister Basquiat has arrived at the classroom, and now she addresses us all in front of a desk. Rika stands up, performs a morning greeting, leads a prayer, and returns to her seat. School day begins like any other. Now, regarding management of the allotments. Sister Basquiat performs at harvesting would be difficult due to the unusual amount of snowfall this year. Ben is home on drawing clothes. We also need to decide about a play soon. Sister Dahlia, what play is this? It will be performed at a farewell party for upperclassmen next month. Special event held by first year students for graduating students. Hey, Suoh-chan. Is this leaving party like a graduation ceremony? I think it's separate from the graduation ceremony. It's a farewell party. As I said, it's a means of saying goodbye to our previous graduating students. Did you not have one at your previous school, Mr. Saki? Oh, a leaving party. Yeah, we did. Everyone laughs affectionately as Ichigo waves a hand in the air. Still a farewell party. Sounds kind of childish. Having said that, I was only very recently reminded that I am still, in fact, a child. It's easy to forget what everyone acts so mature. Do we know what play we'll be performing? I can pick something, or I can leave it up to you. Do you have any suggestions? Sister Basket asks class. Everyone turns their neighbours, discussing ideas. Perhaps as class president, there's a particular play you would like to put on, Miss Hanabishi. Fudce, she says look my way, as Sister Basket smiles. How about you, Miss Shirahane? Well, she's given me an opportunity to respond, so I'm going to ask a question. Can it be a contemporary play? Me? I'm sorry, this is rather out of the blue for you, isn't it? Sister Basket gives me an apologetic look, and I shake my head, racking my brain for good candidates. A fairy tale? Perhaps that would be too childish, then. Would a contemporary play be acceptable? A contemporary play? She pouts the words, and I feel my cheeks grow hot. It was the first thing that came to mind when trying to think of a more mature approach. It's probably not appropriate for a leaving party. Well... Before I can backpedal, Ichigo stands in front of a seat in front of me, hand raised in the air. Like a romance! But I could play the heroine, so I could be the hero. You'd be up for that, right, Suoh-chan? She declares the class at large. There was nothing decided just yet. But you're going to write the script, aren't you? Is that just a given? I write scripts, I think, now? I'm really good at it. You're so pretty, you look amazing in men's clothes too. You can put your hair up in a ponytail. Ooh, I want to see that. Speaking of her, I shake my head. What's up? I appreciate the enthusiasm, but if we think about it a little more. Under the expectant gaze of my classmates, I rack my brain, bringing back to a performance we've done so far. Recitation, recital, fairy tales. I already discarded the idea, but now I revisit it. The fairy tales of Charles Perrault Brothers Grimm could be appreciated by the older students. Mary's Child. Speak the name of a Grimm fairy tale that comes to mind. Oh, what's that? Do you have an idea? I was wondering if maybe Mary's Child by my Brothers Grimm could be a good option. Ichigo asks what it's about, so I'll give a summary. Ichigo seems to think it's a fitting play for a mission school like ours, and suggests that Sister Basket reconsider it. A brief, almost imperceptible look of sadness flashes over her features. That has already been performed before. Let's choose something different. When I feel there's something strange about her reaction, it's not something I can bring up. It's hardly my place to ask. Sister Basket lets the class chatter for a moment, watching benevolently over like a mother watch over her children. Let's make a question of what play to perform your homework for today. Now I have one other announcement. A murmur runs through the room. Sister Basket casts a gaze over, smiling genially. Good news. As you all know, Mr. Yagaki was in an accident. I'm pleased to tell you she's due to be released from hospital, return to academy today. But she tells us that. I hesitate before I even put my hand to a doorknob. While I at last do reach out for it, I pause again. I need time to screw up with courage to open the door in front of me. To me, Erika's injury was the most worst thing that happened. Mysteries of the Academy have gone to such lengths to keep hidden transform themselves into the figures of Yuzuriha Yatsushiro and Amitié. I may hurt my friend. It's exactly what I was trying to avoid. Angering myself not because of the lengths I took to ultimately a waste of time, but because I allowed her to get hurt for my own pathetic sake. Hearing a questioning voice behind me, I took my grip on my doorknob. It's okay. There's nothing to worry about. My stepmother. She whispers into my ear, and I feel her bony fingers glide over mine. I don't look back at her, but I can tell she's grinning. Bolstered by my best friend, I take a deep breath and step over the threshold. As soon as I step into the room, I see her. Sitting on my bed, chatting with Takasaki. Looking as cute as and wonderful as ever. You're pretty late. I thought you weren't coming. A feline smile curls across Erika Yagaki's lips as she addresses me. Erika. Whoa. So, are you going to give your Amitié partner the wrong idea again? Hey! I'm sorry, it's all my fault. Don't be silly, of course it's not. I feel a hand stroking my head, comforting me. I don't deserve it. But... There's no need for you to cry because of him. I just made a bit of a mess of things, that's all. I'm sorry. Stop apologising. If you really want to make it up to me, you can show me your smile. Her voice is soft and close in my ear. When I nod to release him from my embrace, I pull back to look in her face. Well, you look worse than me. Are you okay? Yeah. Since I hit my head, they checked me out just to be safe. But all they found was a huge lump. Dashed it off and I'm finally able to muster a small smile too. Here, use this. Huh? Your eyes. It's only now when I realise I'm crying. I accept the handkerchief from Takasaki-san, bring him a scent of peaches and wipe my eyes. Thank you. No worries. Erika, why have you been gripping my sleeve this whole time? Insurance. I know you, Miss Principal Dancer. You're quick to anger and even quicker with your fists. I wouldn't hit anyone. You got really worked up there with Saki's earlier. Oh yeah. Better drop by, but I left a little before you and friends turned up. Flash Takasaki a snarky cat-like smile. The other girl shakes her hand off her sleeve. Is your head really white? Well, that's rude. I didn't mean it like that. I thought we could get people to make more of a fuss over me if I was wrapped in bandages. But it didn't even break the skin. But you did hit your head right. I feel like the most dangerous injuries are the ones that don't bleed. That's exactly why they kept me in for a full day of observation. Anyway, hearing me run my mouth like this should reassure you, no? You're right. The two of them smile genially at one another, but Takasaki's still tense. Now she tugs at Erika's sleeve, insisting she finally offered an explanation. You want to know the truth? You can't handle the truth. Yeah. Then go read Sartre. You can find the answer in there. Erika tries to evade her usual banter, but Takasaki doesn't seem to release her sleeve. Scratching her eyebrows, she stares intensely at me. Then at Takasaki. It wasn't Shirahane's fault. I know that, but I want to hear what happened from you, Erika. Erika scratches her eyebrow again, but looks at the three of us in turn. When I was a young girl. Stop treating like this joke. I'm being serious. I've told you about this before. It's about my strained relationship with my dad. Erika rarely talks about her past. I wait with bated breath for her to go on. When you think of past birthdays, your first memory is probably presents. But in our household, we give each other experiences rather than objects. So no teddy bears or anything? I don't recall even receiving anything girly like that. We're taking camping for the first time, for example, or to a beach to learn how to surf.
海で波乗りを教えてくれたりとかさ。
楽しそうね。
Oh, that sounds fun.
二人の姉は
My two older sisters were saying they prefer something physical.
で、ある時
Right, for one of my birthdays,
私の
my dad
誕生
took me
日
to a
に
baseball
野球観戦
game.
に連れて行ってくれることになったんだ。
そういえば
You're a baseball fan,
エリ
aren't
カ
you?
野球好きだものね。
まあな。
I guess you could say
だ
that.
から
I was really excited to go to a
初めて
stadium for the
球場に
first
連れ
time.
て行っても
It
ら
was a
えて
great game. We
嬉し
even
かっ
went
た
to
し興
extra
奮した
innings.
いいゲームで延長戦までもつれ込んで。
By the time we were heading home, it was pretty late, she continues. A faraway look in her eyes as she recalls the excitement that day.
車で家へと帰る途
As
中
we were driving back home,
親父と
we
プレ
both
ー
got
に
really
つい
worked
て
up
話し
talking
た
about
り
the
して
game.
盛り上がったよ。
Every time we stopped at a light, my dad would lean forward, gesturing enthusiastically.
信号待ちを
It
し
was
て
a
い
while
るその
we
時
stopped at a light, we ended up in an accident. She strokes her legs under her sheets, so we all listened in silence, knowing where it was going.
止まっているところ
Another car
後
rear-ended
ろから
us.
追突され
My
た
dad was unharmed, but as bad
親
as
父
luck
は
would have
無傷
it,
だったが
I ended up like
私
this.
は運悪くこうなっちまった。
Erika-san.
おっと。
Oh, I'm not telling you this to gain sympathy points. It is what it is. Her feline smile hasn't wavered. It seems to me like she's forcing herself to keep it in place. Or perhaps that's just my imagination.
お父さんが許せないのね。
And you can never forgive your father for what happened.
いや、
No, that's not it.
でも確執って
But you said your relationship was strained.
確執ってのは
Strain comes from the fact
互
we're
いに
both
自
very
分の意
opinionated
見を
people,
強く主張して譲らない
and neither of us will ever give each other any
そのため
ground.
に生じる行き違いを言うんだよ。
それじゃあ
Ben,
あれは不運
it was an unfortunate accident. I knew that.
私は気にしちゃ
But
い
my
なかった
father, he blamed himself.
親父は自
He
分
blamed
の
himself in his work, barely ever
仕
coming
事ばか
home.
りであまり家に帰らなくなった。そしてた
And
ま
then,
に家に戻った
when he
時
did
に
occasionally come
私
back,
と会うと
and he saw me, he got the saddest look in his face.
そんな顔を見た
I didn't want to see him like that. I didn't want to put that look on his face, that's why I wanted to come here, to the academy. We say nothing as Erika reveals her past. It's part of herself she wanted to keep hidden. Silence descends on the room. Only occasional noise from a snowstorm batters the window breaks.
私がこの話をしたのは
Telling us to show you what I don't hold grudges against people for things that are done in good faith.
不運ってのは
Misfortune can
誰
befall
の身に
anyone.
も起こりうるんだ。
That's not a message for Yuzuriha, that's a message for me. That's a message for Suoh. She doesn't bear a grudge against people doing things in good faith. Yagaki's doing what she wants to do in good faith, and Erika truly believes that. So she doesn't hold a grudge.
白羽を夜中の図書室
I always wanted to ask Shirahane to meet me in the library that night.
怪我をした
The
のは
fact I got hurt looking back on it was simply bad luck.
不運だったからだ。
But it was.
白羽さんを呼び
And why did you ask Shirahane there in the first place? What was this bad luck that befell you?
呼び出した理由は
I can't tell you why,
だが
but I can tell you about the bad luck part.
私が怪我をしたのは八代ゆずりはと
It was Yuzuriha
ミカとメリ
Yatsushiro
ヌのせいだ。
and Mayuri Kohsaka's fault when I got hurt. For a moment, confusion clouds Takasaki's features, but when her expression twists as he bears down on Erika.
茶化して楽し
You
い
think
の
that's funny?
笑ってないだ
Am I laughing?
それは
Oh no, but
本当なの
is that true?
どうせ私は
I'm with 12
モンキー
monkeys.
さ。
It's not like you're gonna believe me either way. A cynical smile is more reminiscent of a girl we're talking about. The other two look at me in confusion, gazing questioningly. I nod.
あの夜図書室に現れたのは八代ゆずり
Yes, that night, both Yuzuriha Yatsushiro and Mayuri Kohsaka were in the library.
まさか
We're telling Miss Yatsushiro-senpai and Kohsaka-senpai.
学院へ戻
They
って
came back to the academy.
おい、
Hey,
私の時は信じ
why'd you believe from Shirahane but not from me?
自分から12
You're the one who said you were 12
monkeys
monkeys.
だって言ってたでしょ
Think about how you've been acting.
今まで
Who
の
would
自分
believe
の
you?
行動を
Erika-san shrugs. My Amitié partner turns to me asking whether it's not as true the two upperclassmen were responsible for her injury.
怪我をした
Yes, I did cause it, but...
まあ、
It was kind of my fault too for grabbing hold of Yatsushiro-senpai and not letting her leave.
あの二人が
I can't believe I do something like this.
人が変わったみ
We
た
were
い
totally different people. Like Jack Torrance in The
シャイニン
Shining.
グのジャック・トランスバリの変わりようだった。
Everyone's quiet. It's like we're ruminating on her words, trying to rationalise what's occurring. But two older girls left a big impression on all of us.
さて
Well then,
私は正
I've
直
been honest with you.
に話した
Even let you in on some really private stuff, so...
白羽
It's your turn to be honest now,
お前も正直に話して
Shirahane.
もらうぜ
Why do those two come
な
back
ぜ
to the
あの
academy?
二人が学院へ戻ってきているんだ
Ooh, that's a good point to leave it on, guys. Sorry, you have to wait for the next episode. Bye-bye.